The Port of Savannah had a record-breaking year in 2024. Now, as demand soars, port leaders have big plans to expand faster than ever, and with major infrastructure changes on the way. WSAV's Sarah Smith joins us live with a look at what's next for the fastest-growing port on the East Coast.
Well, here's a look at the record year the city's port had in 2024. 609,000 jobs statewide, $40 billion in income, $171 billion in sales, and $5.3 billion in state and local taxes. Now, leaders tell me they're excited to see those numbers continue to climb as the port continues to expand.
The #1 fastest growing port on the U.S. East Coast and Gulf.
The Port of Savannah had a record year in 2024, according to GPA President and CEO Griff Lynch.
Despite the fact that customers were diverting cargo away from the East Coast and Gulf ports, we found a way to grow by 12.5%. Anytime we're growing by double digits, that's phenomenal.
But there's still improvements to be made to not just meet but exceed demand for incoming goods. Lynch has a running list of plans for the Port of Savannah. Achieving their goals will mean major expansion and renovations. Their hope is to bring more cargo in and out faster than ever. Plans for terminal renovations and raising the Talmadge Bridge are under 5 years away from completion.
If we can do that in connection, in concert with the ocean terminal expansion, we're going to be golden.
Lynch also says they'll make changes that will allow ships to pass by one another. In the past, only one ship was able to come through the river at a time. Their short-term solution, adding a berth or parking space for the vessels to pull into while the other passes.
Ultimately, what it means is it increases our berth capacity by 500,000 TEUs to 1 million TEUs a year. That range, that's how much it increases. And then when we bring on the second lay berth, you could double those numbers.
The long-term solution, creating room for passing lanes.
Once those passing lanes are in place, there's zero idle time, an hour or two, and that increases our capability and our berthing productions.
Lynch also announced deepening the river. He says this expansion will be much faster than the last one, which took 20 years. By the time it was finished, it no longer matched the ship volume.
My hope is what that means and translates into is not a 20-year program, but a 7 to 9 year program to deepen the river by 5 feet so we can handle the larger vessels and implement these passing lanes.
The GPA vice chairman says these big plans are not a narrow approach.
It's an approach to every single part of what we need to do to be the elite port we already are, and we're out in front and we want to keep our lead.
Now, you heard Lynch talk about a TEU. That's a unit equivalent to 20 feet. And in 2023, their long-term goal is to have Savannah at a 12.5 million TEU capacity. And Lynch says all of these elements and changes together will put them in good shape to meet those goals. Reporting live in Savannah, Sarah Smith, WSAV News 3, on your side.